Hi again then guys, and welcome to episode 5 of Gives You Wings, the review series for each and every variant of the RedBull X-project. And with this episode, we're now entering the final phase of what is currently the lineup of RedBull models, the X2014. And this episode is featuring the first version of the X2014 that we received on the game. Those of you who have been playing GT6 for a little bit longer will probably remember that we received this car a little while before getting the other 2014s. But it's interesting to note that in many ways, this particular model, which is of course the X2014 Junior, is actually the most unique RedBull in the game. Now this is a car which is very easy to overlook and to underappreciate because we've had it on the game for quite a while now, and let's face it, most people know that this doesn't have the level of performance that the other RedBulls have, so it's very easy to forget about the car and to underappreciate it. But what ways does this car demonstrate in which it's different from the other X1s? Well, for a start, there's the look. Even if you didn't know anything about this car apart from that it was a RedBull, the immediate visual look of the car tells you one thing, and that is that this car doesn't have a canopy around the driver. That canopy which is featured on literally every other RedBull model, which provides high-speed aerodynamic efficiency for the kind of crazy top speeds that the RedBulls achieve. So the fact that this car doesn't have that immediately tells you that this is not designed to be as quick as the other RedBull models. Apart from that, though, there are other differences. It's notably smaller in its size than any of the other RedBulls. It has a smaller engine than most of the others, significantly lower spec, especially in terms of power and torque, and is also by far the most affordable RedBull. Now, speaking of affordability, this is only a 200,000 credit car, making it the only RedBull in the game that doesn't cost multi-million credits. However, you can view that as a good thing or a bad thing. And the reason why I say that is, think of it this way. 200 grand for a RedBull sounds like a pretty good deal. 200 grand for a go-kart doesn't. And unfortunately, that is essentially what this car is, a 200,000 credit, fancy looking go-kart. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad car. Certainly not, but I would say that this car has some mechanical things and specs which don't exactly suit it. And I'm not talking about power. This car's powered by a naturally aspirated 2-litre engine. It produces 258 horsepower and 174 pound-feet of torque, which doesn't sound that impressive, but that's only in a car that weighs 550 kilos. It produces just under 470 horsepower per tonne, and can do over 200 miles per hour with a low downforce setting. So, what's the downside that I'm talking about? Well, the main thing, to be honest, is the PP. This is a 736 PP vehicle. And to put it simply, it shouldn't be. This car is no way near competitive enough to be that high a PP. It should be 650 PP at the most, even in its fully tuned form. Because I don't care what track you're driving on, this car cannot come close to any other sub or over 700 PP prototype in the game, RedBull or otherwise. It's just not fast enough. So the fact that the PP is on the same level as a Toyota 7 Can-Am race car is quite frankly ridiculous. Now, as I said, it's not a bad car. It's the best go-kart in the game. But it's still a go-kart. Now, the purpose of this car is not the same as that of any of the other RedBulls. Most of the other X1s are designed to be the ultimate racing car, pure and simple. This car is not designed for that. This car is designed purely to be a training vehicle for people who haven't driven the X1 before. This was the car which introduced those new drivers to the concept of driving a high-performance Red Bull Formula prototype. And for that, it's a brilliant vehicle. It's very easy to drive, has phenomenal grip, it's very forgiving, and it's perfect for teaching less experienced drivers the physics, principles, and methods involved in driving those kinds of vehicle. But for anything beyond that, it's next to useless, because it's just not fast enough for its PP. And yes, you can reduce the PP by taking the power down and increasing the weight, but that just makes it even worse and even less competitive. So unfortunately, the Red Bull Junior, as cool as it is in its own way as an exotic go-kart, just is completely misrepresented by the PP system on this game. So, that's it for this episode. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, thanks for watching.